What if a single statement, uttered by a powerful voice, could send tremors across continents, not as a direct threat of war, but as a chilling whisper of what could be? In the intricate dance of global power, words often carry more weight than weapons, shaping perceptions and redrawing the invisible lines of geopolitical conflict. Recently, a statement from Senator Lindsey Graham ignited a firestorm of debate, suggesting a drastic course of action for Russia, echoing a past U.S. military intervention. He proposed that if Russia failed to comply with certain demands regarding Ukraine, it could face a fate similar to Iran, specifically referencing a B-2 bomber strike on Iranian nuclear facilities. This wasn't just a casual remark, it was a carefully calibrated message designed to resonate strategically. But how realistic is such a threat? And what does it reveal about the true nature of modern deterrence? Let's deconstruct the Iran model first. The strike on Iranian facilities was a precise, limited operation targeting specific, non-nuclear military infrastructure, not a full-scale invasion. It was an act of surgical precision, designed to degrade capabilities without triggering a wider conflict. Now apply that logic to Russia.com. The sheer scale of the difference between Iran and Russia is astronomical. Russia is not merely a regional power. It is a nuclear superpower, a permanent member of the UN Security Council, and a nation with a vast, sophisticated military apparatus. Consider Russia's air defenses. While the B-2 bomber was designed for stealth and deep penetration, Russia's air defense systems, like the formidable S-400 and the newer S-500, are specifically engineered to detect and counter large strategic aircraft. Even older long-band early warning radars, which the B-2's stealth technology might struggle against, pose a significant threat. A B-2, slow and unescorted on long missions, becomes incredibly vulnerable if its stealth is compromised. But beyond the technical feasibility, the fundamental difference lies in Russia's retaliatory capacity. Unlike Iran, Russia possesses a robust nuclear triad: intercontinental ballistic missiles, strategic bombers, and an advanced submarine fleet capable of striking the U.S. mainland and its global interests. Any direct military action against Russia by a NATO power would immediately trigger the terrifying doctrine of mutually assured destruction, or MAD. This isn't just a theory. It's the grim reality that has prevented direct military confrontation between nuclear powers for decades. This brings us to the deeper layers of modern deterrence, which extend far beyond conventional military might. In the 21st century, deterrence is a multifaceted beast. First, there's conventional deterrence. The sheer size and capability of a nation's conventional forces can deter an adversary from even considering an attack. The cost of engaging such a force in terms of lives, resources, and political capital is simply too high. Then, the omnipresent shadow of nuclear deterrence, the ultimate safeguard. The understanding that any nuclear exchange would lead to catastrophic, irreversible global devastation acts as a powerful brake on aggression. No nation, no matter how powerful, is willing to risk its own annihilation. Beyond the battlefield, we see economic deterrence. Sanctions, trade embargoes, and financial restrictions have become potent weapons, capable of crippling economies and exerting immense pressure without firing a single shot. The threat of global economic fallout from a major conflict can be as powerful a deterrent as military force. And in the shadows, cyber deterrence looms large. The capacity to disrupt critical infrastructure, cripple financial systems, or spread disinformation through cyber attacks represents an unseen but incredibly destructive form of warfare, adding another layer of complexity to the calculus of conflict. These layers contribute to what strategists call the escalation ladder. Every action, every threat, every military maneuver is a step on this ladder. Nations meticulously calculate the potential responses to their actions, striving to avoid crossing red lines, unspoken boundaries that, if breached, could trigger an uncontrollable ascent towards full-scale conflict. Senator Graham's statement in this context wasn't a blueprint for war, but a deliberate climb on a lower rung of this ladder, a strategic signal. So, if a direct military strike is so improbable, what was the true purpose of Senator Graham's statement? It's a classic example of psychological warfare and strategic communication. Such rhetoric serves multiple purposes. Firstly, it's about sending a message. Not necessarily a literal threat of immediate military action, but a powerful signal of resolve, capability, and a willingness to consider extreme measures. It aims to pressure the adversary, to make them reconsider their actions by highlighting potential, albeit catastrophic, consequences. Secondly, it plays to different audiences. Domestically, it can reassure hawkish elements and project an image of strength. Internationally, it aims to demonstrate leadership and rally allies, while simultaneously unsettling adversaries. It's a performance on the global stage, where words are chosen for their impact, not always their literal feasibility. Historically, this isn't new. The Cold War was rife with brinkmanship, pushing dangerous situations to the brink of disaster in order to achieve a desired outcome. The Cuban Missile Crisis is a stark reminder of how close the world came to nuclear annihilation through such strategic posturing. These historical echoes remind us that rhetoric, even when seemingly outlandish, is a crucial tool in the geopolitical toolkit. The unthinkable scenario of a direct military confrontation between major powers like the US and Russia extends far beyond military casualties. It would unleash an unprecedented humanitarian crisis, trigger a global economic collapse, and fundamentally dismantle the international order built over decades. The domino effect on alliances, trade, and global stability would be catastrophic, impacting every nation on Earth, regardless of their involvement. In conclusion, while Senator Graham's statement may have sounded like a direct threat, it was more likely a sophisticated piece of strategic communication. In the complex, interconnected world of 21st century geopolitics, the power of words to deter, to signal, and to shape narratives is often as potent as the most advanced weaponry. Understanding this distinction is crucial, for it is in the careful calibration of rhetoric and the unspoken understanding of red lines that the fragile balance of global peace is maintained. The true power lies not just in what can be done, but in the terrifying implications of what might be.